Bom dia, tudo bem? Hoje é domingo, 8 de outubro. And sadly, my trip to Lucena today was canceled. I got a text from the Luque Receptivo lady last night at like 10:41, which I slept through, saying that there's mechanical issues with the car. So sadly, I was really hoping to do that. I feel fortunate I got a chance to go yesterday to see some lookouts, but I was really looking forward to that trip. So just a reminder, get these trips in early. Book them as early as you can, because you never know. Stuff does come up and things just can't happen. So it is what it is, but you know, at the end of the day, I'll just be able to just chill on the beach, maybe hit the pool a bit later. I'm kind of done with all my my lembranza shopping, my souvenir shopping. So it'll be a relaxing day, that's for sure. Hey, Clara invited me to dinner with him and his family tonight, so that's fine. It's going to be, I'll have a better time with them, not rolling out of a mini tour van for an 8-hour day. So whatever, it is what it is. And the other thing about traveling, you got to go with the flow, roll with the punches, and just adapt to the current conditions. So I'm going to go for a beach walk this morning, walk down south towards Cabo Branco, and come back, and then probably hit up my beach chair. He's actually got umbrellas up all later, so I'll tell him that I'll be heading down. Sunday's a busy beach day. It's 7 o'clock, and these guys are already getting their umbrellas set up, which seems to be earlier than average. Usually I don't look for these guys to get set up to like 8:39, but Sunday's going to be a notoriously busy beach day as always, and I can see a bunch of people setting out over here. Anyway, we'll check back on the walk. This area we passed on our tour yesterday, this area is called Altiplano do Cabo Branco. Living in that spot versus, you can't see the skyline, but towards like the artist fair where we were yesterday, living here, if you want to live in high-rise style, will cut about 30 to 40 minutes off your trip to the airport. All right, if it wasn't obvious already, excellent example of just the tidal zone differences between João Pessoa and Aracaju. As we're getting north, we're 1.8 miles from where I started at the hotel. Seem to be a few little rocks around the beach here. I mean, not a ton, but it's certainly a little more rocky, kind of interspersed in this area here. Wouldn't want to step on one accidentally. Not going to ruin your day. It doesn't make walking any more challenging, but there's a few more rocks around here. Don't know. Not sure why. Something changed though. Not nearly the commercial infrastructure on this end of Cabo Branco. You don't see the kiosks, barracas. But if you're a resident, I imagine that you want to be away from that tourist mess. Even like the 5 to 7 days I typically spend here, it gets to be too much. I need a bit of a break from that. And that's where places outside of the city, Lucena, Jacoma, Tambaba, just to get away, it's just more tranquil. Because boy, that tourist vibe every single day, that would get really old. That would get old. Well, here you can see, obviously it is decidedly more rocky in this area than to the north. This really kind of came out of nowhere. And you can see more construction ahead. You can see the road, which will take you up to Fala de Cabo Branco, the Science Center, and those places. Great shot of the skyline. We'll get more on the way back, but I wanted to point out that someone was paying attention, building this really rugged giant seawall here, protecting it from the ocean for now. All right, this isn't a particularly glamorous stretch of beach here, but there's that road that I was on last year, biking up and biking back down. Just above, on top of that road, is a wonderful lookout of the city of Jampa. I'm going to just round this bend here and see if I can get a peek of Ponta das Cestas, and then we will head back. It's only been, I haven't even been walking for an hour. It's not even been an hour, and I'm walking at a moderate pace. I wouldn't say I'm walking fast, but all right, that's it. So this area is kind of tough to see from above, but obviously someone's been doing their homework, dumping all this riprap here. Good idea. And right up there, I'm pretty sure, is where that lookout is. I saw some people up there just a minute ago. Well, you obviously don't see coastal landforms like this in Aracaju. Totally different geology. The riprap is not native. I'm sure it was brought here not too far away, but these cliffs, this backdrop, are things that you don't see in Aracaju for sure. All right, I don't want to dilly-dally too long because the tide is sneaking up on me. And I keep thinking, oh, look at the sand. Wow, just whipping. So obviously I'm just getting right to the point. If I peek around here, that's it. I should just see straight up ocean. And once I round this bend, there shouldn't be anything here. That should be looking due south. This wind is really whipping now. Well, that's it. I made it. I finally rounded the bend and see parallel shoreline. Looks like maybe they're doing some morning boat tours down there. I think that's Praia do Ponta das Cestas. So I'm about as close as you get to the easternmost point of the of the Americas at this point. About as close as I can get on foot. I can't dilly-dally, the tide's gonna cut me off if I wait too long. A lot of beach recreation going on down there, very cool. All right, excellent, let's head back. I saw, ooh, look at, and then on the return, you're greeted with this wonderful shot of the skyline of João Pessoa. You know, the buildings would indicate that there's another 150,000 more people that live here than Aracaju. You'd almost guess more than that. And then, of course, the trend that it's going, the trajectory in terms of new construction, yeah, I can see that number just skyrocketing. But what will the toll be on the city? I don't know. All right, I'm gonna try and hold this as still as possible so I can maybe do some zooming and cropping and post to highlight some relevant areas. To the left is Altiplano de Cabo Branco. That's about the area you're gonna see the skyline from the beach. Mostly everything else to the right of that, you really can't see from Praia de Tambaú or Praia de Cabo Branco. Those center portions are better seen from just really a few blocks in, moving towards central. And then as you move to the extreme north towards Sorgimo-Oceano, Bessa, and Cabedelo. So I had a little bit of rain nipping at my heels there. It did catch up with me. I didn't walk that fast. And I wonder if it's gonna stay cloudy again today. Well, maybe my luck has just run out in terms of the number of clear blue sky sunny days that I've had a nice streak of luck with, but whatever, not the end of the world. It's kind of days like today when you throw the wind in, staying in the water actually feels warmer than getting out of it, at least initially. Water temperatures really are quite nice. It is like a bath in there. Kids are throwing sand. That's never good. Looks a little busier now than what it did an hour or so ago, that's for sure. This place is just cranking up. Jesus, this place is just crawling with children. I am glad I'm not down here. There's way too many kids running around, screaming, getting in the way. Look at that kid throwing sand. Oh my gosh. I'll get that kite surfer back again. We're not too far away. I see the pizza place where I had dinner last night, and that pizza was excellent. That has been a consistent item thus far, has been pizza. I've really had excellent pizza here. So I was gladly wrong. I was happily wrong about today. It certainly turned into a nice, beautiful day. Some clouds on the horizon out there, but nothing that I'm not going to worry about. It's just barely 10. So yeah, it's nice to have a final full day here with some sunny blue sky and weather, that's for sure. So they got a bunch of beach volleyball, beach tennis tournaments going on or something. But you know, it's nice and sunny and bright right now. But looking at the clouds in the distance, I don't know how many hours we've got left. But I'm going to take them all we can get them anyway. And right now it's gorgeous. And you really can't beat the water either. Just a colorful... I generally don't applaud the efforts of mankind, but this unintentionally looks really nice right there. Just the colors of the umbrellas, everyone having a good time. Very cool. All right, my skull just arrived. Excellent. Okay, so what happened is these people to my left just came in and just sat down and didn't talk to the dude who's in charge of renting the umbrellas and chairs. So he's tied up now, but what he's going to have to go do is go tell these people, yeah, that's going to cost you 30 reais. You just can't sit there for free. And they're going to either get up and leave, or they're going to agree to pay it. So we're going to try and get this up. She's going to come do the dirty work right now, actually. It's just his partner that I only seen on weekends. So we'll see what happens here. But either, I don't know how you don't know this, or you just pretend that you don't know, or you're going to try and maybe bargain on the price a bit or something. It being Sunday, the consumer is in no position to bargain because these vendors are going to fill these chairs up they could jack up the prices and there's nothing they can do about it. So we'll see. I guess they're not in a huge hurry to move. So it looks like they've probably accepted the terms. They're not going anywhere. We'll see. And they're going to stay. And they're going to stay. Figured they'd cheap out and leave. Most people cheap out and leave. But they're going to stay. So let's see. They got a bunch of flags up here. Maybe they do have some kind of tournament going. I noticed they're rotating teams in and out, so we'll see. Beach tennis looks pretty fun. The foot volley and regular volleyball, not so much, but the beach tennis does look pretty fun. So they've opened up a new beach tennis practice area here. Some official tent here. Yeah, you can tell it's a Sunday, that's for sure. It's just packed in like sardines. The women in front of me, thankfully, are leaving. That's long overdue. Tired of looking at that. My beach chair friend can afford some extra labor today due to the increased traffic. Yeah, it's funny how cracked. It reminds me of Copacabana, people just packed in like sardines, or Natal. I'm just not used to seeing this here in Jampa. And this is a BBL time where the first batch of people start leaving to go do other things or just take a nap, I guess. Looks like the Espachino folks moved up. They're right there now. They used to be a bit further down. I wonder why. Things did change. The configuration did change a little bit here for some reason. I mean, even my guy's too deep with umbrellas and chairs, and all week he's been just one line deep. I would say that there's even less beach vendors, unless they're just busy and selling out of stuff. There's definitely less beach vendors today. Not sure why. Anyway, it's been a great day. Maybe it's just B-roll footage. We'll see. I just love the color of that water. Generally, I don't hear traffic, unlike the other place, which shall be unknown. Usually it's just I hear people or music. So it's kind of hard to believe that I walked all the way out there this morning. It seems like yesterday, but this morning. That's going to be tough now because the tide is still on the high side of things. It'd be a tough afternoon walk. You can see the Science Center from here. So there was a fight earlier, maybe 20 minutes or so ago, and now the police just rolled up. So we're going to see what's going on. I saw a couple agitated people, but we'll see what happens next. Pointing down there. Well, 2 other cars rolled up, but they're not taking anyone away. They went and talked to someone behind Arpador restaurant kiosk over there, but nothing ever came of it. Not sure. Goes Luque. These guys never stop. They'll be doing tours in the post-apocalypse. I'm sure of it. Handing out coupons. Oh, he wants to hug him. Well, it's the first I've seen it in real life. This is the Happy Bus. It's 10 reais on the top. Underneath, it's 5 reais. So $1 at the bottom floor, it's $2 on the top floor. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Who says transportation is just about getting you from A to B? Not the folks here. That's for sure. That's funny. That is funny. I wonder what the route is. Well, there's your information right there. I just need to go to happybus.com or whatever and find out for myself. That is awesome. That's awesome. Seja bem-vindo, João Pessoa. Bom dia, tudo bem? Hoje está terça-feira, 9 de outubro, and sadly, muito triste. Today is my last day. My flight from Jampa to Guarulhos leaves at 12:30. So I'll leave here about a little between 10 and 10:30 this morning. The airport's only about a 30-minute drive away. I'll be flying LATAM finally. One of my favorite areas. LATAM and Azul, both are really great, as long as it's not Gol. I'm just not a fan of Gol. Anyway, the flight will leave about 12:30. I'm going to pick up my laundry. They've had that since Friday. So I'm going to run down. They open at 8, and I'll grab some breakfast first, which is starting about now. Grab laundry. I'll have an hour or so to kill. I'll probably head out to the beach or whatever, grab some shots before I leave town, sadly. So thank you again, João Pessoa. Thank you, Claire. Thank you to all the wonderful people who I have met and just made my trip ever so special. Great experiences, as always. Been some ups and downs for sure. But overall, boy, I can't wait to come back and stay here. All right, that's it. You know, here's my beach chair buddy here. He's been hooking me up the last few days. He, hands down, is the earliest beach vendor. I wish he was at every beach, because he gets an earlier start than anyone I've ever experienced before. And good guy, really good guy. And I see looks like a couple of the boats, Pirata 1 is on its way out right now. But today apparently is the first day that tours are going to be resuming. Took a short break. It's an unusual look at what things look like before everyone gets here. Praia bonita, see? Praia bonita. Yeah, boats are already heading out. They've got an early low tide day, and they're heading out. That would have been nice to squeeze an area of Vermelha. I don't know that any boats are going that way this morning. Maybe you got to grab those up further up north. I'm not sure, actually. Next time, próximo tempo. Yeah, I was really happy to get a chance to see the Happy Bus yesterday. I don't know that I really want to go on it. It really just seemed like just a bunch of drunk people, to be honest, with their phones out. And that you get to experience for free, basically on any walk here. Lots more beach tennis, volleyball stuff this year than last year, for sure. And just so much more commercialization, retail development, residential development, the new construction here. There is definitely a boom there, and they're even marketing that. They're targeting using the words investment in their marketing and advertising. Relative to other places, though, even Heclaire was saying last night, relative to Natal, relative to Recife, Fortaleza, I've gotten a lot of agreement that Jampa just really generally tends to be a bit more safe than other large cities in the Northeast. That just seems to be a consensus that I hear pretty consistently. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But everything's relative. All right, that'll do it. As the boats head out to Piscinas Naturais, I will make my way to Lavanderia, pick up my laundry. Got a flight in a couple hours, I'll leave. I've got about 4 hours in Guarulhos. I've got a lounge there, so that layover won't be bad. Overnight flight to Miami, Florida. I've got a few hours layover in Miami, where I'll be there, about 24 hours from now. I'll land early in the morning in Miami tomorrow. Then I'll fly to Chicago. That's about a 3-hour flight to ORD, where I've got a long layover. I've got about 7-hour layover in Chicago, but I'll be able to use my lounge pass because it's a 1-day pass. So pay one, use twice in Chicago, and I won't get home to Lansing until about 9 o'clock at night tomorrow night. So I've got a long 36 hours or so in front of me. But right now, just enjoying the last few moments here until next time. And I'm not exact, for the first time in what, 9 years, I'm not exactly even sure when I'll be back, for how long even, for that matter. I've got lots to think about between now and then. Alright, até mais. João Pessoa. Eu amo Jampa. Até.